For some, football offers the opportunity to build inner competitiveness. But for others, it offers the opportunity to pursue the American dream.
I hope I make it to the big leagues. Been working hard, I don't get no sleep. I hope I make it to the big leagues. When they mention me, I made history. I hope I make it to
ain't nobody for HBCUs get drafted. Yeah, they jumped out to me. This cannot happen again. We go get us, man. We're doers. We make things happen. We don't settle.
Make it to the big leagues.
I go big on big like a pro. They probably say life already wrote. I go hard to turn my destiny. Hell no, ain't no better ahead of me. All online, I don't see no one stopping me. Gave my best, I don't see no one topping me. Most of these people be down, but I believe. I've been having dreams, I've been on the big screen.
I hope I make it to the big leagues.
So I'm happy for self-made to be a part of what we're trying to accomplish, man. That's a blessing for us, and I appreciate you. It almost seems to the naked eye impossible to say there is not one player that's worthy of a draft choice.
It's time. It's time.
I do believe that what we're doing and what we're going to capture as part of this project is going to be transformational, that is going to shine a light, a brighter light on HBCUs. It's going to also demonstrate, I think, the pursuit of the American dream. And it's going to deal with success, it's going to deal with failure, but at the end of the day, that's what life is about, right? It's a series of success and failures that we tend to pursue and overcome to truly achieve success. And so for the young men that we intend to highlight as part of this project, we don't know where their journey will end. For one, two, or all of them, it may end up in the NFL. But the reality is that all of them may not make it. And there still is a journey and a story that has to be told at the end of this process. And I think that the foundation that Coach Prime has laid for them, the foundation that they have received from their education at Jackson State University, set the stage for that next step in life, whatever direction that may be. And so I think this documenting this and telling this story and putting it forth nationally for people to see is going to be one of hope and inspiration, but also one that's going to change how people view and look at HBCUs.
There's no way we're going another year, not one player from the HBCU or smaller colleges undrafted. That's a lie. All right, we're going to dismiss that minute.
Reverse to Newman. Dodges the would-be tackler. He's at the 5 in the end zone. Touchdown, Warren Newman.
How you doing? I'm Warren Newman, New Orleans, Louisiana, Jackson State University, wide receiver, returner.
The quarterback's pressured by Houston. He's almost sacked by James Houston. James Houston on the sack. James Houston bringing the pressure. He's got the quarterback wrapped up. Sack by James Houston the 4th.
My name is James Houston the 4th. I went to Jackson State University, and I play linebacker in defensive end.
Ball's caught by Corbin, and he's across the 50. He escapes the would-be tacklers. He's at the 30, the 20. He could go all the way, and he does. Touchdown, Keith Corbin.
My name is Keith Corbin from Beaumont, Texas, and I play at Jackson State DI Look.
The ball is intercepted by C.J. Holmes. He's at the 40, dodges some tacklers at the 25, and he's finally brought down at the 15-yard line.
CJ Holmes, played DB at Jackson State University. I'm from New Orleans, Louisiana.
The fumble scooped up by Al Young. He's got some daylight in front of him. He could go all the way. Touchdown by Al Young.
Al Young, I'm from Cape Girardeau. I play DB at Jackson State.
The handoffs to the running back. He's met at the line of scrimmage. Keontae Hampton on the tackle.
Keontae Hampton. I'm from West Point, Mississippi, and I played at Jackson State, and I'm outside linebacker.
Here comes the blitz on 3rd and 9, Prairie View A&M, and he took a blow on the side. The ball is loose as Keontae Hampton delivered a blow. Peyton with the carry, trying to get to the outside, and he's able to cross the goal line. 5 yards in for the touchdown. Isaiah Bolden on the return. Skirts around, got some room. 50, 40, 30, 20. He's gone into the end zone. Touchdown, Jackson State. Midfield, he gets the punt away. And Newman, who is a speedster, tailing back, across the 40, got some room, across the 50, still on his feet, and brought down. The Southwestern Athletic Throne belongs to the new kings of the conference, the Jackson State Tigers.
It wasn't the championship that really gave me the satisfaction that I wanted. It was the journey. The practice field, some of the moments, the night before the games in the hotel, the speech and the pregame speeches that God would give me. The little obstacles that we navigated through that we eclipsed. Some of the personal things that I know about this kid that he overcame. Some of the challenges that some of the coaches had to overcome throughout the season. It was those little moments and those little journeys, even personally, getting up to walk right prior to the Celebration Bowl that I hadn't fathomed in quite some time. It was so many of those journeys, and it wasn't just the championship, it was the little intricate journeys, man, that we shared as a team and as a coach to coach and a coach to player, coach to my sons. It was some tremendous moments, man. As I answered that, I was reflecting on those moments, and they're phenomenal, man. I believe was birthed at Florida State University. Might have been my junior year, or earlier. I think it was earlier than that. Maybe been. I know I was on a bench press, and I was getting down to do something that I had never attempted, that no one thought I could do. I think it was 335 on the bench, and I'm a DB. And I got down there and I sat on the bench and I looked at the whole room because everybody's around. You know, when I got ready to get down, everybody got down. I said, I believe. And I got it, you know, racked it, and got up and said, what did I tell you? It was birth. And I think going into our senior year, that was on our shirts across our chest. And I've never stopped believing since then. Never stopped believing.
Under the leadership of Coach Prime, the Jackson State University Tigers now reign supreme over SWAC football. In celebration of this monumental season, Coach Prime is hosting the I Believe Gala in Jackson, Mississippi, where more than 1,000 students, supporters, and alumni have gathered to show the world that they believe. I asked some of the players at the I Believe Gala, do they believe in what Coach Prime is building? And this is what they had to say.
Hi, I'm Jamel Wright, better known as Dr. J, your doctor on duty, and I'm here with another Self-Made TV exclusive here on the red carpet at the I Believe party hosted by none other than Coach Prime himself, Mr. Deion Sanders.
It's really exciting. He's somebody that's going to get on you very often, but he wants the best for you. So just playing with him ever since I was younger is just normal to me. We did what we expected. We didn't finish the job, though, so the season wasn't complete to us.
Well, we got our butts kicked. That's first and foremost. We got too cocky. We got too complacent. Everybody wanted to go to Atlanta to kick it instead of understanding that there was a game in hand. And it was good for us to glean from. It was good for us to learn. It was good for us to say, okay, we ain't win everything. There's still something out there for us to get. So now, right after the game, my post-game speech was, first of all, you better give credit to South Carolina State because they kicked your butt. Don't demean that. Give them their love and respect. Secondly, we'll be back. But now you understand the journey, you understand the directions, you know how to get there, and you know what to do once we get here, because we'll be back. Now, let's think about the whooping. Put it in our rearview mirror, and let's go.
Winning is not easy, so when you go into preparation each week and when you get those results that you so desire, it's very admirable. But for us to come in as far as during COVID, during the pandemic, with the I Believe thing, we just built something special for this community. We had the Jackson State behind us, we had the community behind us, we had the alumni behind us, and we just had a good push, and I think that carried us throughout the season. So once that momentum, that energy started to generate, we just fed on it. Even though we had a tough times with Coach Prime, when he had to come take some time away, we had enough in the foundation, we had enough in the gas tank to get us through the season. And 11 wins, even though we didn't finish the season with a Celebration Bowl, we feel like we accomplished a lot.
And it's a humbling experience, man. It's a real humbling experience because all our life, we ain't dependent on nobody but Jesus. All right, it's like, okay, you ain't gonna do this, I got this. Okay, you ain't gonna do this, I got this. And now we find ourselves in a position that we gotta depend upon others to get to the destination that we desire. And I had to, I was on my back. Couldn't get up, couldn't walk, couldn't even get up out of the bed, couldn't even take myself to the restroom, couldn't even get myself off the darn toilet, to be explicit. And it was a trying time for me. You gotta understand, man, I run the kennel. I'm not a dog, I run the kennel. Shoot. See, only a real dog understand what I just said. We run the kennel. No dog, we run this thing. And that was so humbling, D-man, my man. It was tough. It was tough, but understanding I can't do this on my own. I need brothers like you. I need people like that. I need people like that. I need people like this. I need all of you to help me in this journey, because God didn't predestine me to do this by myself. It's gonna take us.
So it's always been in my heart to give back to the city if I could. And knowing Ashley Robinson, bringing that to the table for us, I was ecstatic to be a part of Jackson State Athletic Foundation. And so it's been an exciting ride thus far.
The student body, exceptional.
First of all, it's a phenomenal university. I graduated from Jackson State in 1999. The university is very phenomenal, and I can't wait to see what the Tigers have in store next year. But I'm telling you, Deion took it to another level. Deion came in, he turned our football program around, he got the alumni energized, so we've been crunk about it, and we just look forward to everything that's coming forward.
Well, they say past is not prologue, but in this particular instance, I think we can look at what's going on today to predict what can happen in the future. Coach Prime has been a game changer. There were quite a few things that happened. I think in 2020, it was a confluence of various things that happened. So we had social unrest after the death of George Floyd. We had a global pandemic, which gave us a global platform for people to see actually what was going on in the United States. And then all of a sudden, Coach Prime ends up at Jackson State University, which was like a headliner. And so I feel like we are poised to grow and be competitive, as I said, both academically and athletically. I also feel like Coach Prime has definitely changed the landscape of HBCU conversations. And so all of a sudden, people are having real conversations about the value that HBCU students can provide, as well as creating new opportunities for us as a community to create generational wealth.
It's just a great added benefit to having a brand like Coach Prime in the city of Jackson. You know, hotel rates, retail, when we hear from our restaurateurs, the numbers that they do on game days is crazy. This year for us to have homecoming and the fair on the same weekend, that was phenomenal, right? So it's great. And like I said earlier, just the other added value that he has caused or created from people wanting to come into the city of Jackson to do business just because of the momentum that they see happening at Jackson Stadium with this football team. Again, I mean, you can't pay for that, right? It's priceless. So we really respect what he's doing and hope that we can create some form of sustainability. Hopefully he stays with us forever, right? But once he transitions to his next role, the city of Jackson should be prepared to take advantage of that.
Well, you know, it's been truly exciting to see it grow over the years. And it's created a sense of place. We're happy that Deion and his team came in with open arms, and Jackson embraced them in the same way.
The alumni, remarkable. And the kids that play, the young men that play for me, they're blessed.
I actually played this last season, but it was a great season. We started a change here at the university, and it was a great experience. I loved it, and I'm ready to be a part of another great season. I believe me is just an opportunity where we just go out there and play our hearts out, just for the opportunity, just for our family, for our friends, and just to be great, honestly.
I came from pretty much nothing. Coach Prime opened my eyes, and as well as a bunch of my teammates, I asked to a lot of new things that we never experienced before. We've been places that we've never been before, and we, you know what I'm saying, we're very thankful for Coach Prime and the effect that he's had on our lives. To be honest, when Coach Prime called me, it was just his vision. His vision really touched me, and I wanted to be a part of something that is a part of greatness. And all he wanted to do was just put the light on HBCUs, because it wasn't like this before. It really wasn't high recruits that was choosing to come to HBCUs or wanting to make a difference. And just knowing that he wanted to change the culture, I wanted to be a part of something major, and that's what we did. And now it's something legendary. We got multiple people that's trying to be a part of something different, you know what I'm saying? Just bring it back to how it used to be.
It's very humbling. You know, it's definitely an experience that's going to be interesting, you know, going from Ohio State to Jackson State, where Jackson State, they're both big on football, you know, both take pride in what they do as a program. And so far, I'm loving the transition. You know, Coach Prime has definitely turned this program around, and I'm truly blessed to be able to work with his coaching staff and my teammates. And I'm looking forward to, you know, spring ball and the summer and definitely the season.
I think about what Deion Sanders has done for HBCU sports as a whole. I have to tell you, I'm very, very proud, because for the first time, the nation's eye is on what's happening here, not only at Jackson State, but all HBCUs. And I have to tell you, as an HBCU athlete, it feels good to be appreciated, to be desired by national sports, professional sports, and they're all going to be here at Jackson State for the Pro Day. That's quite significant.
From heads and beds in terms of hotels, restaurants that are sold out, it's had a significant impact. And like I said, it's created a sense of place. It's created a unique atmosphere. And so we're really excited about what Coach Prime has done for Jackson, and look forward to building and growing on it, so that we can create something unique that not only speaks to the city of Jackson, but to HBCUs across the nation.
Coach Prime, the big day is here. HBCU Pro Day at the Jackson State University. You made this happen, Coach, and this is not only a win for Jackson State football, this is a win for HBCU football players and HBCU athletics all over the country. What we're witnessing today is truly remarkable. NFL scouts have converged onto Jackson State's campus to allow HBCU players from around the region to showcase their talents. We have 22 NFL teams represented here today, Coach. Tell us, and I think everyone wants to know, How were you able to make this happen?
It starts with a prayer then thought, a prayer then thought. And I make the calls and examine, why can't we do this? You got to tell me no. You got to tell me no, and you got to tell me a fundamental sound reason why not. I got to feel it, because how can they have one at Mississippi State, Ole Miss, Southern Miss? Southern Miss should have brought their buddy, he ain't jumped anywhere else, to tell you the truth. But how can they do it and we not? I don't understand that. So tell me why. And it's just like getting the spring game televised. First, I wanted to play against practice against a controlled scrimmage for our blue and white game. That's what they call it, your scrimmage in the spring. And the NCAA said, well, you can't do that. I said, well, you call ESPN and tell them we want a game on TV, like everybody else do. Like the big boys. They say, no problem. I say, thank you. I mean, sometimes you got to believe. You got to believe in what you have and the product that you possess, and you got to stand on it, man. And I just truly believe that we have that thing, that intangible that people want to know more about, and I stand on it. And I don't fluctuate or waver. I'm not good at stop signs or red lights, because I got to go. I got to go, and that's just how I move. I mean, what you guys viewed and witnessed today and got content of, it was just a thought. Why can't we have a pro day? Why can't we have a rising senior day? Why can't we do it? If they could do it, why can't we do it? They meaning the Power of Fives, why can't we do it? So we did that. The people have been phenomenal.
Growing up in New Orleans, I grew up in the Sixth Ward, single parent home. Mom, she raised me. It was just me and her. I seen my mom just struggle, but she was getting it done, She never complained. She strong, humble woman, you feel me? Very intelligent, just like to be different from everybody, you know what I'm saying? She didn't grow up with a lot of stuff, She had to really work for everything, so just seeing her work at it and just seeing her never complain just showed me that I could take that same way and just follow her footsteps and be strong myself, you feel me? Just know I'm just trying to show her better days from what she did for me when I was young, we used to go on the bus. She just made it happen, you know what I'm saying?
So I grew up in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. I had a pretty ordinary childhood, two-parent household. I had a sister and a little brother, and it was typical household. We grew up together, went everywhere together, played sports together, attended each other's events, and it was a great time growing up with my family.
James has always been super athletic. We really could not have a ball in the house that he was not bouncing or throwing or running with, and just always jumping and climbing on something. So really from day one. As a matter of fact, I think he even jumped out of his crib, didn't he?
Yeah.
Okay.
I tell you, when he first was started walking, I believe his legs bowed almost at a 90-degree angle. It was so bad. I just said, man, I just hope they straighten up. And the doctor always said, yeah, they will straighten up. And lo and behold, they finally did. And but it didn't stop him. He was moving the whole time. He was a youngster to the time he went up to high school. He's always been a really good athlete.
His love for football, just a winning mentality. His dad coached him early on and just always had that desire to win and that competitiveness. He just hated to lose. And because of that, he would do some pretty miraculous plays most games and they won lots of championships. So, you know, he really had developed a love early on, and I think it's you can see how it's continued on with the way he plays his game today. Now, high school was incredible experience for him. First of all, playing with all kinds of former NFL players who were his coaches, great talent on his team, and he had an opportunity to really nurture his love of football and in his competitiveness. So he played with some great players that play today in the NFL, played with him in high school. And we just remember feeling like we were watching greatness for every Friday night game that we went to. He got a chance to really develop that. And of course, that was up until his senior year when he tore his ACL. But up until that, he had a great seasons.
When I was around 8 years old, I played in the Little League team. It was really a flag football team, but we had helmets and shoulder pads and stuff. And I came late to a game, my first day being on the team. Came at halftime, they gave me a shot at running back. And as soon as I touched the ball, I scored. And from then on, it was just love. I couldn't get away from the field. I actually tried to go with the next team that was playing, and I tried to play with them for the next game. So football, it feels like it's been in my blood since I was young.
It's pretty hard, you know what I'm saying? Because, like, not many players can make it out that city. Like, a lot of people, they get to that city and they just kind of, like, fold. And players get out of college. I mean, some always want to come back home to nothing. But everybody want to be back with their family, man. But, like, sometimes, like, it's always another journey outside of Beaumont, and I took another route. I mean, it's a great city. I mean, as far as we got some legend people out there as great players. I mean, we got some Christian Michael. I mean, we got a lot of players that came out of Beaumont. I mean, Beaumont is a tough city, but like, it's always a good story to tell someone like I made it out that city.
I think New Orleans is very different from any other city in the country, for real, because it's the culture, you know what I'm saying, it runs deep. My family, my mom kept me in the church, so I was raised by both my parents, mom and dad. Dad kept me around sports. I've been playing football, basketball since I was about like 3. So just coming up in New Orleans, there's a lot of things, a lot of wrong turns that you probably could make, you know what I'm saying, it's a lot of distractions. You know what I'm saying, a lot of partying, but my dad and my support system, they really kept me on track and moving in the right way. Just keep my faith in God. Went to Lusher Charter School for high school. I didn't really have any offers coming out of high school though, so just taking all that in and using that as motivation, just coming out from the city I came from.
CJ has always been an humble child. He's a junior deacon at church. He's just everyone who he comes in contact with always comes back to say that CJ is a leader. I didn't have any problems with CJ.
For me, I mean, I grew up in Missouri, like, really nothing else. I mean, it's like, I live probably like an hour from St. Louis, so like, my family like grew up kind of like poor, basically. So my mom was a single parent. I came up watching my uncles play football. Like at a young age, I used to go watch my uncle with my mom, cause my mom had me when she was probably a sophomore in high school. So I came up fast, and then just watching my uncles play, and I knew football was my thing. Like, that was my key out. The biggest challenge I faced was probably like the crime rate. Like, my city was like known for crimes. Like, my mom lived, like we lived literally across the street from like where all the violence at. Like you'll see like the parties, like block parties, people like I seen like growing up. One of my close friends, like I grew up with a lot of friends. One of my close friends, I seen him get killed like in person. And after that, my parents like upped and moved, so we ended up moving north towards Cape Girardeau. And after that, my family just tried to keep us away from the streets. She knew to keep me in sports, that would keep me away from the streets. So that was the main thing. That was the main challenge, was staying away from the streets.
Well, it was a great environment, you know, great community. I had great two parents. My mom was a nurse and my dad owned a trucking company. But growing up, we always been around sports. We played a lot of AAU, travel baseball, stuff like that. But a lot of people didn't know I ain't getting into football till I was like 12. So baseball was my first love. Still love baseball to this day, but I'll get more offers in football than baseball. So like I say, like my sophomore year, I decided to quit baseball and just focus on football. My mom played a big role, you know, just growing up, you know, we always go to the backyard. She'll be out there watching us. You know, me and my other two brothers, we out there throwing baseball because, you know, that was our first love, but she was always there. You know, at the time my pops had went to prison, so he was there also, but when he went to prison through my teenage years, it was just, you know, just her, but she was always working. You know, now she's a registered nurse. She's making a lot of bread now. She's gonna be a travel nurse soon, so I'm just happy to have her in my life. You know, she's a big blessing. I really look up to her.
But there come a point in time where we're gonna hit something, and it's gonna hit us hard enough and shake us and just move us and trouble us to the point that we have to look down and say, I can't do this by myself.
I was in the house with my mom, just watching ESPN, you know, doing some schoolwork. That was during Corona. So I was just in there doing some work and I'm watching, then all I see is a breaking headline. Coach Prime is going to be our coach. I'm like, wow. And they show him a couple of my highlights on TV. So I'm like, this is real, you feel me? I'm like, this not even for fake. Like, I'm like, how they get these highlights? You know what I'm saying? Like, just seeing that experience, I'm like, dang, it's TV, you feel me? I watch this every day. People around the world watch ESPN every day. So like, just seeing that they talking about Jackson State on that, okay, we next up now, you feel me? It's time to just walk through the light, you know. We've been down for so long, and I feel like Coach Prime brought a lot of light to this university that we needed at the right time. My relationship with Coach Prime has been amazing, you know, just seeing the greatest returner of all time too, not just the greatest DB, you know, he played my position, so just hearing how he be on us every day, you know. He makes sure you working every single day of the week. Like, you feel me? You're not finna get a day off. You can't be complacent this day because your job will be replaced. He's trying to get us prepared for life. At the end of the day, he's trying to get us prepared for the next level that where we're going in the National Football League. Because you could wake up and your locker clean, you know what I'm saying? So he just prepared us for that situation, just bringing great people around us, showing us how to build connections with different people, showing us the brotherhood. You know, you gonna need these people around you. Everybody not gonna make it. So what else you gonna do in life, you feel me? So you have to find other things that you like besides football too. And he just well connected, and I feel like that's a great connection to have in life, you know what I'm saying? Just knowing that he know I work so hard, and just in case football don't work, he said he has something for me. So just building that connection with him, I just appreciate him for everything. The experience, the love, to come bring the black folks together, you know what I'm saying? Even though we was going to hard times with police, you know what I'm saying? You know, all that stuff I'm talking about, all that. So just knowing that he came trying to change this culture, trying to put some spotlight on black football, you know what I'm saying? You're showing that you don't have to go to PWI just to make it to the NFL, that you could come here and play in front of your people and your crowd, and just basically how you was when you was younger, you know what I'm saying? When you playing in front basically the hood, you know what I'm saying? Your black people So I'm just thankful that he bring the spotlight to us, you know what I'm saying? We needed this, you feel me? Not just for Jackson State, for everybody, you know what I'm saying? So I'm just thankful.
He had a big thing. He wanted to coach at Florida State, and Florida State didn't think, I guess he was ready enough or whatever the case may be. And so this was around the time with George Floyd. And he said he felt a calling that he needed to be doing something for African Americans, for his people, and to lead them to something greater. And I guess that call was coaching for HBCU. And I was already kind of into those type of things, my culture and my background. And him just preaching that to me, I kind of felt like that was something that was almost God kind of put into my life to make a change. And so I'm kind of happy that everything kind of happened. We made history this year, and it was just a blessing, and just a huge blessing from God, just that to put me in that situation.
I had a couple interviews with some Power Fives that were tremendous. I felt like I nailed it. Not nailed it. I was doing a Dougie when I got out the thing. When I got out the interview, I was like, hey, I know I got this. I know that I know. And I told one of my main guys, if we don't get this job, it won't be because of me, because I did my thing. I did my doggone thing. And it didn't happen. And then when this opportunity came about, and I started to explore it and do my homework a little bit, I started to understand that it's more than a job. This is a calling. I was called to Jackson State, and I'm happy and elated to be here, and I've enjoyed every step of the way of it.
What is it like playing with Coach Prime? I mean, what is it not like playing with Coach Prime? Like, I could ask you, like, what is it like watching Coach Prime? You're gonna tell me it's amazing. You could tell me all this stuff about what he did and what he done and stuff like that. I mean, it was great. The knowledge he delivered for his players, his students, like everyone, his sons, he treated us like his kids. Like the knowledge he delivered from the game and what he experienced through life, it was always something new every day. And you like how can someone experience this much, like growing up, you know what I'm saying? Like he's been around cameras, he's been around all this, and he just preparing us for the world. Not only doing football, but outside of football, at school, as a husband, as a father, as a friend, and stuff like that. I mean, it was great. Every day he wanted to improve of us. He wanted to give us 1% better every day. And I think it was great just being able to play for Coach Prime.
Come on. 18 to the bottom, you get 2 jumps. That sideline back to feet. Don't jump to the feet. Jump straight out of the feet. Come on. Here. Okay, see? You measured that, right?
Coach Prime has poured so much into me over this year that we've been able to spend together. It's crazy. Like I just picked up some of the little things that he does. Like he pays attention to the little details, and so just the little details paint the bigger picture. And just he always tell us being where your feet are is important, because if you're not where your feet are, you're not gonna execute anything in that moment. Because that means you worry about either the past or the future. You gotta take care of the present, and everything else is gonna align in that thing. And so. Another thing he also told us was to always know your purpose, because once you know your purpose, you're gonna know why you're working. If you don't have no purpose, then you don't know what you're working for, and some days you're gonna get complacent. You don't never want to get complacent or comfortable. So just being around Coach Prime and the energy and the mental focus that he brings every day, like every day is consistent. So trying to mimic that in my own way just helped push me to another level.
Come on.
It was actually crazy. So like when I had entered the portal, I just knew I'm gonna go probably top 5. I'm just go to it. Cause I knew I had a great career in my old school, my old college. So Coach Prime called me like a day before. I was gonna go to Florida State. I'm going to Florida State and play Florida State. And Coach Prime called me and he was like, "Come to HBCU. We're gonna change the coach. We're gonna change the coach." And then I ended up connecting with some of the guys. Like I ended up following CJ, Warren. They started talking to me, and they were like, "Come here, we're gonna change the program. Like you can help change." So I was like, "All right, I'm gonna give it a shot." So then when I first got there, I met Coach Prime, and I'm like he was my idol growing up. So I met him growing up. I'm like, man, this is unreal. Like the next day, I was like, yeah, I'm bought in. Coach Prime had a lot to do with my career, like just him bringing in like the NFL, like just because that's everybody. It's rare somebody just go to college like on a scholarship and not want to go professional for it. Like just him being able to bring that into like HBCUs and then me having a chance to get that chance, like it just Coach Prime did that for all of us. And I appreciate him a lot for that.
Big influence, you know, he brought more exposure, you know. Honestly, before he came, I still had scouts coming, but he brought more, so, you know, it was just a business relationship. We really didn't talk too much, but, you know, he was a great coach to me.
I did think I would be here getting prepared for the NFL Pro Day. As a young Tyler, I was always in front of the TV with my dad, just watching football. The game on, but I'm on my knees, just running around, just thinking I'm making plays, you know, so I always dreamed of this since I was like 3 years old, so just knowing that it's here and I work so hard, grinding day in, day out, early morning, late nights. Me and my brother CJ Holmes, we just out there grinding. I knew the deal coming is here and ready to show my talent to the world and bet on myself. You know, I would have to beat a lot of odds. Guys say you small, but when I get the ball in the hands, it's a different story, you feel me? I'm just trying to feed the fam at this point and just show to everybody I'm different. I ain't trying to be the same as nobody else. I'm Warren Newman. I'm trying to show you the height don't matter, the size don't matter. Just looking for opportunity, just trying to make it well. That have a major impact on my life and my family. My grandmother, she a strong woman. That's my #1 fan right there. She always taking care of everybody else. You know, we have a house full, kind of packed house, so just trying to help her, you know, take some weight off her shoulders, you know what I'm saying? Take some weight off my pop's shoulder because they do a lot for the family and they struggling, but they still make it happen. So I'm trying to just take some weight off their shoulders and provide some money for us and just to get something different in life, you know? Less stress, you know what I'm saying? Just really trying to enjoy life because you only get one life, so you really gotta enjoy every moment of it. And I'm just trying to bring a light to my family, you know? It's been dark so many days, and I feel like I'm the way that make them happy. You know, when they come to my games, they just getting away from the city of New Orleans and just not worrying about the crime and the robberies and things like that. It's just a feeling that I know I could change our life, you know. And it's in me, and every day I have chills, just waking up thinking. Sometimes I'm overthinking, you know what I'm saying? What if it don't happen? But you gotta think of the positive. Like I said, you gotta enjoy this life. I'm just ready to get this experience over and just see what the plan. I know God have a plan. I'm ready to trust His plan, follow His plan. Just know He leading the way. You feel me? I take it day by day. Just trying to, you know what I'm saying, have a great experience with this process.
Man, I can't scroll anything on Twitter or turn on ESPN without seeing Jackson State. So that's just a credit to Coach Prime, pumping out our school, but most especially the HBCUs. The HBCUs have been getting just a huge name, a huge reputation, and I mean we've been that before, and I feel like Coach Palmer just taking us back to where we was at, and so I'm really excited for the projection of the HBCUs, where we're headed to. I can't wait to see it 10 years from now and see how much college football has changed just from, honestly, Coach Prime and this first class coming in. You see already he's got one of the top recruits in the nation to come in, commit to Jackson State and be there for 4 years. And I feel like that's probably one of the biggest things that's been going on. But all these dudes that came in and that were the first guys to come in, I feel like that's almost even a bigger story because, you know, those guys really had to buy in. It wasn't a popular decision. Coach Prime was there, but it wasn't like he was even established. We had to kind of go establish that and set that standard for the young guys to come after us. So.
It'll be a big impact. That's a dream of mine, you know, coming from a family of mine. We all have like top athletes, but we don't make it too far. You know, either we get caught up in the streets or just dropping out when we want to do school. But I feel like I'm the one that can take this family to top tier, so it'll be a blessing. I really don't care about getting drafted. I just need the opportunity, you know, put my foot in the door.
I played football in Cape Girardeau, Missouri. My high school team was like pretty good. Like we probably like the powerhouse of Class 4 in Missouri. My senior year was probably my best year. Ended up having a great year, having a great season. I mean, got a lot of offers coming out of high school, and then like some stuff ended up happening in my senior year, and I ended up going to a smaller school. So I ended up going to Southeast Missouri State for my first 3 years of college, and then that's when I chose Jackson State my last season.
Coach Chadwick Germany, who was coaching at Jackson State at the time, he actually came see me play at one of my high school games when we played McMain. And so he actually talked to me before that game and was like, we're interested in you and we come and watch you play today. And that was like very exciting for me because I ain't never talked to a college coach before that point in my career. So before that game, I was just nerve-wracking, and like I went out there and actually had the best game of my career. I had 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions, 2 fumble recoveries. I just went crazy on that day. But I made my decision to go to Jackson State when I didn't really know about the recruiting process. So I thought once that college coach came talk to me, I thought other college coaches was like they probably seen that or heard about it and was gonna come follow up on that. But it never happened. So eventually I was gonna have to make a decision. So signing day came about and I called coach and I was like, I wanna attend. And he was like, you don't have to be a preferred walk-on. And so I took a visit, like an unofficial visit. And I liked the campus, you know what I mean? It was an opportunity. That's all I really needed at the time was an opportunity. So I made a decision to come walk on. Me and my brother Warren Newman, we came walked on together and we created a bond that we were just gonna grind to get to the top. Because, you know what I mean, we started from the bottom, walking on into Jackson State University. And with a lot of doubts, a lot of people told us we couldn't do this, we couldn't do that. And so that was just a lot of fun for me at that point in my career too as well.
I didn't know what it was about. Everybody wanted to be in the playoffs because Westbrook never made it. And it took a while. It's been a year since they made it. So I feel like that was a big accomplishment, being a part of that. But I mean, we didn't make it past the first round. But I mean, I think that was the biggest accomplishment. Just being a part of the playoffs, getting offers, going into my sophomore year. My first offer was Ole Miss. And I figured like once the offers started rolling in, I gave up my other sports. I gave up basketball and I gave up baseball and I started focusing on football.
Man, I don't care about legacies and what people say and what people think. I ain't built like that. You know, I just ain't built like that. You know, when the teacher asked a question in class, I ain't raised my hand. I just spit out the answer because I had it. So I ain't built to be weighed the answers and make you have approval to me. I just know that I'm walking in my purpose. And the same way I attacked the game when I played, I attacked the coaching. I attacked the excellence. I attacked the life. I attacked it all because I want to dominate this thing and subdue it. And, you know, the Bible told us to subdue it, have dominion, and replenish, and that's what I'm trying to do, man. That's all I know. I don't know anywhere else. I don't know normalcy. So God created me to be abnormal in every darn thing I did. This ain't gonna be normal. So I know, and I want you people out there, I want you to hear this and I want you to feel this. If God give you abnormal ability, you have abnormal thoughts. Your process, the way you attack business is abnormal. It's not normal. Why would your problems and your trouble be normal? So I can't expect abnormal gifts and normal problems. So when I have problems and when I have trials and tribulations, they're going to be extreme. And the same to you, because that's how we get down. We can't ask God for this, then ask God for that. We can't do that. It has to match. It has to weigh with one another because we're looking for balance in life. I ain't like the seesaws when I was a kid. I always wanted to be up. Right. So you got to find the right one to make you balance. Yeah, there you go. You got to balance that thing. And everybody in the country right now, our age, understand what a seesaw is. Everybody's like, what's a seesaw?
I just thought about it. We got some young guys that probably don't know
what
what a seesaw
is. Y'all don't know what a seesaw is. Y'all know what a seesaw is.
It's not a tool.
It's not a tool. Yeah, it's not a tool. I'm gonna put you in the front seat with me, okay? We'll go get us, man. We're doers. We make things happen. We don't settle. We make it happen. We make it do what it does. And we've always been that way. That's why we sit up here right now together.
I hope I make it to the big leagues. Been working hard, I don't get no sleep. I hope I make it to the big leagues. When they mention me, I made history. I hope I make it to the big leagues. Now everybody's saying I believe. I hope I make it to the big leagues. I hope I make it to the big leagues.
I go big on big like a pro. They probably say life already wrote. I go hard to turn my destiny. Hell no, ain't no better ahead of me. All online, I don't see no one stopping me. Gave my best, I don't see no one topping me. Most of these people be down, but I believe. I've been having dreams, I've been on the big screen.
I hope I make it to the big leagues. Been working hard, I don't get no sleep. I hope I make it to the big leagues. When they mention me, I made history. I hope I make it to the big leagues. Now everybody's saying I believe. I hope I make it to the big leagues. I hope I make it to the big leagues.
I've been working on this since Pee-wee. Drills after drills, I know you can't beat me. Headed to my prime, yeah, like 21. It ain't no obstacle I can't overcome. I believe, tell that to everyone. Don't care what my jurors say, baby, I'm number one. Yeah, don't care what my jurors say, baby, I'm number one.
I hope I make it to the big leagues. Been working hard, I don't get no sleep. I hope I make it to the big leagues. When they mention me, I made history. I hope I make it to the big leagues. Now everybody's saying I believe. I hope I make it to the big leagues. I hope I make it